Okay, so Rhyme Tov. Looks like the atlases are the only ones, the first ones this week. Okay, we're now moving on to the new Parsha, Parshas Beshalach. And let's take a look at this picture. This is a picture of a lot of Jews. A lot of Jews are leaving the big walls of Egypt. Lots of Jews are going out, all kinds of people. After 210 years of living in Mitzrayim, the Jewish people were now free from Paro. Moshe was leading the way. And we know, as we said last week, there were 600,000 Jewish men between 20 and 60 who left Mitzrayim. That does not include their wives, does not include the children, does not include the old people. There were probably millions and millions of people who left Egypt. And not only did Paro, when Paro finally let us go, not only did he let us go by saying nice words, Paro also walked along with us to encourage us to leave. And then when they left Egypt, all was quiet. All was quiet. And Paro starts thinking, I don't know if it's such a good idea to let the Jewish people go. I don't know if I should have let them leave. What have I done? You know how many smart Jews lived in Egypt? You know how many people who could do really special work lived in Egypt? Oh, no. They're all gone, these smart people who could do all this work for us. We had so many slaves in Egypt. Now we got to do the work ourselves. And also they asked for gold and silver. And they took all the money from our country. And there also were Egyptians who became Jews and they left and they took them also with their gold, their silver, and their cattle. And they were wealthy Egyptians. They all left. Oh no, what a terrible mistake I made. Why did I let the Jewish people go? Now, you know, that's not a very smart thing. You know why he let the Jewish people go? Because Hashem crumbled his country, destroyed his country. But Hashem was hardening Paro's heart, that Paro should think such foolish thoughts. Well, Paro's thinking that, and the Jewish people left. And who are the leaders? Moshe and Aaron are leading the men, and Miriam, whose member is Moshe's sister's, leading the women out. Now, I don't know, you know, we'd have to have a map. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you a map. And if you leave Egypt, the fastest way to go to Eretz Yisrael is right through the land of the people called the Pelishtim. If you go straight through, you could get to Eretz Yisrael very fast. But Hashem didn't take us the fast and straight way. And you wonder if Hashem wants to take the Jewish people to Eretz Yisrael, because that's the whole point of leaving Egypt, is to go to Eretz Yisrael. Why didn't Hashem take them straight through the land of the Plishtim? Do you know what the answer is? Because the Plishtim were strong warriors. And Hashem was concerned. If the Jewish people leave Egypt and they go right through the lands of the Plishtim, and then the big Plishtim stand up with their swords and their bows and their arrows, they're very strong soldier men, the Jews would look at that and go, Rabbi, I'm running home. The Jews will be scared. They're not used to fighting wars. They're not trained as soldiers. And if they would go the fast way to Eretz Yisrael, and the Pelishtim would start waving their swords and shooting their arrows, the Jews would be frightened. They'd go back to Egypt. Hashem did not want that to happen. So instead, Hashem took them a long way around, a long way around. Okay, he took them the long way around so that they wouldn't see the police. Okay. Anyway, what happened is, now, of course, when Hashem takes the Jewish people out, he's going to be their master. Hashem is our master, and we are the servants. But Hashem treated us not the way a master treats a servant. Normally, the servant has to wash and dress the master, carry his packages, and at night hold a light so the master knows where to go. But this was the opposite. Hashem did the opposite. Hashem loved the Jewish people. He didn't ask the Jews to do anything for them. The opposite. He did the opposite. He did everything he could do for them. And now let's take a look at the next picture. Here's an exciting, beautiful picture coming up that I have to share with you. Let's share the picture. Oh, it's a nice picture. There it is. There it is. Whoa. Look at this. Let's see what the pasuk says. V'Hashem holech lifnehem. And Hashem went before them. Yomam in the daytime. Be'amud anan, with a cloud. See this cloud? What that for? Lanchos hamaderech. To lead them on the way. They didn't know which way to go. So there's this big cloud that the Jews didn't make. You see over there in the background, see the pyramids over there? That's Egypt. And here's the Jewish people, Moshe leading them first, and then Aaron and then Miriam. And there's all the Jews all the way back from Egypt. But they didn't know which way to go. There was a cloud leading the way. And then what about at night? At night, it's very dark. So Hashem had an Amud Eish, a pillar of fire. To know how to go day and night. And you think the light ever went out? Nope. That pillar in the day and the fire at night never stopped at all. So Hashem had these amazing, amazing clouds and fire that led them in the way. But that wasn't it. You know, the desert is a very dangerous place. Have you ever been in the desert? Deserts have snakes and scorpions slithering in the ground. Rattle, 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 rattle. And they got, take one bite of you and you're dead. And there's lots of them in the desert. The desert's really hot. And the desert can be really cold. And the desert doesn't have any water. So Hashem had 7 clouds protecting the Jewish people. Front, back, top, bottom, all around, in every way possible, so that they would be protected the whole time. Okay, the Jewish people, while they're traveling along, they get to a place called Sukkot, which is just outside by the desert, and then they go travel 3 days. 3 days. They're going away from Egypt for 3 days. Now, you figure that's good. They're 3 days away from Egypt. They just should keep going, get far away from Egypt. You never want to go back to Egypt again. But then Hashem told Moshe to tell the Jews to do something very unusual. Hashem said, stop going away from Egypt. Turn back to go towards Egypt. And the Jewish people were scratching their heads and saying, I don't understand. Why are we going back? The idea is to leave Egypt, to go far away from Egypt. We want to go to Eretz Yisrael. Why we got to go back? And then they start telling the little kinderlach, the kiddo saying, Abba, Ima, why are we going back? Why are we going back to Egypt to the big bad Paro? And the parents were a little bit trying to understand what's going on. And you know what? This was a big test for the Jewish people. Would they believe Hashem? Would they think that Hashem knows what's best for them? Or do they think they know what's best for them? So Hashem wants to see if they really have emunah in Hashem. So the Jewish people, they turn back, as Moshe tells them. They go back to a place called Piso. And they were next to a place, when Hashem in Makas Bachoros, he destroyed every idol except for one. And the name of that idol was called Baal Zephon. Baal Zephon was the name of this idol. And you know what Hashem told the Jews? To go back and to stay near the idol of Baal Zephon. It was the only one that Hashem did not destroy. Now, of course, Paro wanted to know what was going on with the Jewish people because he thought they were only going away for 3 days for a little party and they're going to come back. So after 3 days, he sent spies to see what the Jews were doing. And after 3 days, and the Jews turned back, the spy said, you got to go back to Egypt. And the Jews said, we're not going back to Egypt. You think we're crazy? We're not going to go back to this terrible place, Egypt. Jews start throwing stones at them and start hitting them. And the spies, they run away. And the spies come back. And now Paro says, what's going on? Tell me the whole story. Well, I don't know, but it's pretty strange. You think they would go straight through the land of the police team, go straight to Eretz Yisrael. You know what they did? They went a different way. And after 3 days, they started going back. And guess where they are right now? Where? They're next to the Baal Zephon idol. And Paro says, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, Paro's not so smart. Now, Hashem is setting this all up. But Paro, he's just not smart enough to know what's going on. And he's saying, well, why are they going to the Baal Zephon? So I said, well, you know what we saw? We saw that the big sea, the Sea of Reeds, the Yam Suf, was on one side. And on the other side came these lions and tigers and bears roar, coming from one side. And from another side were more lions and tigers and bears roar, coming from the other side. There was only one other way to go, towards back to Egypt. And they're staying by the great massive idol, the Baal Zephon. And Paro goes, oh, of course. Now, Paro made a big mistake. The big mistake is he thought that the Baal Zephon had power. And the Baal Zephon was like a magnet and drew the Jewish people back to the Baal Zephon. That's what he thought his idol was so strong. And the Baal Zephon made the lions and tigers and bears roar, come from nowhere to trap the Jewish people. And Paro's going, yo, I knew my Baal Zephon would not let me down. So Paro says, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go after them. We are going to go after them. We're going to teach them a lesson. We're going to tell them to go back to Egypt. And he said, you know what? I personally, when a king goes to war, do you think the king goes in front of everybody to attack them, or does he go in the back? Front or back? What normally happens? What do you think? Yes, Tehila? Go ahead.
The back?
Yes, exactly. The back. You know why? He doesn't want to get killed. He's the king. If he's way in the back, he's got all the guys in front of him to get killed. He's not going to get killed. But this time, Paro said, I'm going to go in the front. He said, you're going to go in the front? Yes. Do you think it's the Jews I'm having war against? I'm not having war against Jews. I'm having war against Hashem. And therefore, I'm going to ride in the front. And guess what else I'm going to do? Now, a lot of Egyptians said, I don't know. I don't know if I want to fight Hashem. I mean, he gave us 10 makos, and I remember my brother's dead, and another brother got eaten up by a wild animal, and another person starved to death with blood. And I don't know if I want to start up against God. Who knows what he could do? No. You see, they're all by my Baal Zephon, my idol. You see, my idol wasn't so powerful, but now he's very powerful, and he's got the Jews. The Jews are stuck. They can't go anywhere. Well, wait a minute, said one of the advisors. Wait a minute, maybe it's Hashem. No, it's not Hashem. It's the Balsaphone. What are you talking about? So then, but the people still, I don't know if I want to go. Paro said, you know what? Usually when we go to war and we get all the loot, we get all the money, the king gets most of it. This time when we're going to go, I promise I'll share with all of you the money. I don't know. It's still kind of scary. We could get killed, Paro said, wait a minute. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I still have lots of money in the royal treasure houses right now. I have lots of money in the royal treasure houses. I'm going to take it all out. And whoever wants to go to battle, I'm giving you right now, a gazillion gold coins and a quadrillion silver coins and precious jewels. You could take it with you right now as we chase after the Jews. And the Egyptians, money? Gold? Silver? Oh, well, now you're talking my language. Now I'm interested in this. So Paro now he gets 600 of the best chariots. You know what a chariot is? It's like a car, but not a car. You got a horse in the front, and you have this little kind of wagon that's hooked behind that you stand on it, and then you go very fast. He had 600 of the best horses and chariots and many other horses, and he's got the whole Egyptian army with him. And they all got lots of money, lots of money. And the most powerful army is still there. And they're chasing after the Jews. So now, what's going to happen? Well, believe it or not, it takes 3 days, right, to get to where the Jews were. Hashem did a miracle. That Paro was able to go fast, super fast. And Paro figured, look, my Balsaphone, it's so amazing. My idol's so amazing. Look at the miracles it does. It makes us go fast. We're traveling after the Jewish people. We never went so fast in our lives. Oh, this is a good sign from the gods that we're doing the right thing to go bring those silly Jews back over here. And all the Egyptians were there. And they were all running afterwards. And all of a sudden, the Jews looked behind them. They heard some noise. And way back in the distance is the Egyptian army. Attack! They're chasing, they're running, they're going fast. And the Jewish people see, oh no, I can't believe it. The mainstream, they're coming back. They're coming back to attack us. Oh no, what's gonna happen to us? And all of a sudden the Jews start getting scared. And not only do they see the Egyptians, but they see up in the Shemayim, the Malach, the angel of Mitzrayim is leading them on. Leah, let's go get those Jews and bring them back. Oh no, what's happening? How could this possibly be? And now Paro is approaching the Baal Tzafon. He's getting close now to his big idols. And Paro said, I remember in the beginning, I've drowned that many Jews in the Nile River. It looks like the Baal Tzafon agrees with my plan. And Paro goes to the Baal Tzafon and he worships the Baal Tzafon. You worship idols. You take some incense, some spices, you put them in a pan, you make smoke, and you worship, you give gifts to him. And he says, we're ready to attack. We will take the Jews. We will kill them. We'll drive them all into the Yam Suf. And every Jew will die, or he's going to come back to Egypt with us. I go out. So what do you think the Jews were doing? What would you do? What would you do if you were a slave? And now you were freed? And now you see the Egyptians are coming back to get you? And this is how it looked, boys and girls. Pretend you are where you are. Pretend you're. Now look ahead of you. Look straight ahead of you. You know what's in front of you? a big raging sea, the Yam Suf. You cannot cross that sea. It's huge, it's big, you're going to drown. There's no boats. You look to the right, wild animals. You look to the left, wild animals. They're hungry, and they'd like to have Jews for breakfast, lunch, and supper. And then you look back, it's the most powerful army in the world. What are the Jewish people going to do? Well, we're going to take you live 3,300 years ago with our star reporter, Mr. Iton Itoni is coming to give us a report at the Yam Suf. And there's all the cameras from CNN, NBC, ABC. They're all coming to interview the Jewish people and to see how they're feeling about this. So it seems there was a number of people. They went to the people, the Shvatim of Ruvain, Shimon, and Yisachar. Says, Mr. Son of Ruvain, how do you feel about this situation that the Egyptians are attacking after you? I'm scared. I'm so scared. They're gonna take me. They're gonna torture me. You know what I want to do? I'm just gonna drown in the sea. I'm gonna just jump in the sea and die. I'd rather die and drown in the sea. And then you hear Moshe says, calm down, calm down. Don't be afraid. Stand still. Don't go anywhere. You will gonna watch what Hashem's gonna do. You don't gotta do anything. Well, then they went over to the Shvatim of Zvulun, Binyamin, and Naphtali and said, what do you think we should do? Oh, I'm so scared. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. You know what? Let's take a white flag, wave it and say, we surrender. We surrender. Take us back as your slaves. And Moshe comes on and says, no, you're never going to go back to Mitzrayim again. Don't forget that we're never going to go back to Mitzrayim. And then the Shevet of Yehuda and Yosef. Yehuda and Yosef come along and say, let's fight them. Let's fight the Egyptians. Let's not be scared cats. And Moshe says, you don't need to. Hashem is going to fight for you. And then the Shvatim of Dan, Gad, and Asher says, let's just run into and make noise and scream. And all of them scream. And that will make it so confusing. And Moshe said, no, just be quiet. And now all the Jews were so scared by Moshe speaking softly and confidently, the Jews stopped being scared. But they still said, when's Hashem going to save us? What's going to happen? And Moshe say, today, still today.
No, I want to say something.
What is going on? Somebody got themselves in a problem. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It looks like some wild animals got into the Atlas house. I don't know what happened. They got into the Atlas house and I think maybe ate some of them. I don't know what happened. That was, sounded very scary. It almost sounded like the Yam Suf. Okay. Anyway, so now the question is, this is what's going to happen. So Moshe davens to Hashem. He davens and they davens, and Hashem says, stop. He says, what do you mean? Don't we daven? No, not now. Now is not a time to daven. Now is a time to act. It's no longer time to daven. He says the Jewish people are worthy people, and a great miracle is going to happen. So Hashem says to Moshe, take your stick in your hand, stretch it out over the sea. And as soon as he did it, a strong wind from the east began to blow, and the Jews are getting closer and closer to the seashore, and the Egyptians are following the Jews right after them. And the Egyptians are screaming, yelling, right on, fight on. And the Egyptians are shooting arrows at the Jews. They're throwing huge rocks at the Jews. You know what happened? Remember those clouds that were protecting the Jews? The clouds were like rubber bands. And when the Egyptians shot the arrow, it hit the rubber band, and went right back at the Egyptians. And they threw these big rocks at the Jews, and it was like a rubber band, threw it right back at them. And remember, there was that cloud. So what happened is Hashem all of a sudden made it dark for the Egyptians. See how dark it is over here? But the Egyptians behind, Hashem made it dark for them. They really couldn't see where they were going. It was like Makas Choshech again. And they're shooting the arrows and it's not working. And now the Jews are at the seashore. They're at the seashore. And they're seeing the wind blowing, but the water's still there. Nothing's happened. Not one thing happened. So now the Jews said, what are we supposed to do now, Moshe? Moshe said, you have to believe in Hashem. You have to have emunah. Hashem wants us to walk into the water. What? Walk into the sea of reeds? Are you crazy? After we go in a few steps, it's not going to be good for us. Well, all of a sudden, a lot of people were scared, but some people weren't scared. And there was a little bit of an argument. The people of the tribe of Yehuda, the people of the tribe of Binyamin, they're saying, okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first. And while they're arguing, guess who? Our great hero of today, Nachshon, the son of Aminadav. He says, everybody's arguing. I don't have time for arguing. And he goes into the water. He said, look, Nachshon went into the water. He went first. And the waves are going whoop, 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 whoop. And then the tribe of Binyamin said, if he went in, we're going to follow. And after he went in, the tribe of Yehuda went in. And they all went into the water. And guess what? Nothing happened. The water was still raging. And Nachshon, the water's coming up to his belly. The water's getting higher and higher. Look where the water's up to his bow tie. And the water's coming up to his chin. And it's all the way up to his neck. And nothing is happening. Nothing. It's raging water. And then the Malach of Egypt, the evil Malach, wanted to persuade the Malach in charge of the sea, drown the Jewish people. Drown them. Good. Kill them. And the Malach in charge of the sea said, I don't want to kill them. But the Malach in charge of punishing the Jews says, wait a minute, why do you want to save the Jews? Why do you want to kill the Egyptians? Because they worshipped idols. But the Jewish people worshipped idols also. Drown them all right now. But then Hashem said, wait a minute. Did the Jewish people serve their idols because they wanted to? Or because they were made into slaves and they were confused and they weren't sure and they were scared? That's a good argument. It's not that they got up or they said, oh, let's worship idols, but no, they were beaten and they were scared. And Moshe has his hand split over the water. And Moshe says, in Hashem's name, I command you to split. And guess what happened? The water did not split. Did not split at all. And Moshe's looking over what's going on. And the water said, I'm not splitting because I have a job to do. Hashem says I'm a water and I have to flow. I'm going to listen to the water. I'm not going to do what Hashem told me in the beginning of the creation of the world. I have to flow. I don't split. I don't make this mishigas. So Hashem said, Moshe, stick your stick up and pretend you're going to hit it and get really upset at it. And Hashem Shekhinah, the Holy Shekhinah, appeared to the sea. And now what's going to happen? Is it going to split or not? I have no idea what's going to happen. The Jews may very well Chas v'sholom, die. Well, we're going to see tomorrow what's going to happen. But for now, I want to quickly, for those who are smart, I'm showing you something else on the screen. Do you see this new thing on the screen I have here? Or it didn't come up yet. Do you see over here? Mixed up Morris. Do you see this? No? So I
No, it
guess I have
didn't
to.
come up yet.
It's not up? Okay, we're going to
No.
get mixed up Morris. Do you see him now? Do you see? Help mixed up Morris?
Yeah.
You see that? We're going to quickly see who's really smart over here. We've got Morris is all mixed up. See, there he is over there. See Morris? Morris mixed up. And he's not sure what's going on. So we're going to help mixed up Morris. You know, there's a little sentence over here and it doesn't finish. And we got to choose from all these over here, which one's the right answer? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Oh, what happened? The thing got small. Wait a minute. Get back there. Get back there. Get bigger so the kid can see you. A little bigger, please. A little bigger. Yes. Okay, let's up. Let's make even bigger. Even bigger. Whoa, a little bigger. Oh, no, I didn't say smaller. I said bigger. You Yamsuf, listen to me. Try one more bigger. Okay, now it's big. Now even people with small eyes can see this. Okay, let's see who's really smart. Raise your hand if you think you know the answer coming up. 1 second, let me just fix everything. Let's look at the first statement. Just raise your hand if you think you know the answer. Hashem led Bnei Yisrael away from Eretz Plishim so they would not go back. Now, which one is going to be the right answer? Okay. Atlas kids, what do you say? Tehillah.
I think it's because to Mitzrayim if there was a war.
Okay, which one of these? A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
It's
It
E.
would not go back to what?
It's E.
E. To Mitzrayim if there was a war. Good for you. You got the first one. Let's go to number 2. While everyone carried gold and silver, Moshe took, said this on Friday. What did Moshe take? Let's quickly look down the list. Does anybody know? What did Moshe take? Akiva?
The boat M.
Yes, M, the bones of Yosef. Amazing. Number 3, Bnei Yisrael were led during the day with a cloud and during the night with, anybody know? Okay, well, what do you say, Hillel? You got to unmute. What do you say? You're still muted. Okay.
What's the question?
A question. Jews were led during the day with a cloud and during the night with
B.
the pillar of fire. Very good. Okay, you can mute yourself. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this sheet to all of you. And you can do the rest at home if you want to. If you want to, you could do this. I'm going to send it out. I see who's listening. We got the Atlases, the Michalowiczes, and Ellie. So we're going to send this. And if you want, you don't have to. But if you want to practice being smart, we're going to send you. Because I already see, my goodness, my time is up for today. And I have to go eat my lunch. Okay, so have a good day, everybody. We're going to send this out. A special. Oh, we got lots of noise. It sounds like we're in Mitzrayim again.